What's your name and what is your profession?
My name is John Garduno, and my profession is a viticulturist, and that is dealing with growing of the grapevines. And I've been doing this for professionally for 30 years. I have a bachelor in science from Fresno State, but I've been around vineyards my whole life. I was born and raised in a vineyard out Dry Creek, so all I've known in my life is grapevines.
What are the most important skills to have in your job?
I think one of the most important skills that I think I need for my job is to have effective and clear communication skills. Really, it's like human relations skills to get along with people, because it takes a team effort to get the jobs done. But communication to me is the most important one, because you need to have the team understand what task or what the goal is, and how to go about to get that task done, and for them to understand what you want, that they understand the same task that you want, that they also understand it, and that they have the right picture.
So you all have to be on the same page.
We all have to be on the same page. That is correct.
What other skills besides communication are very important in your field?
In my field, other important skills is financial skills, managing skills, the grape growing skills and understanding, and I think that's what I'm here for, and that's what I studied for. So, and that is broken down into a lot of sub skills for grape growing, including chemistry, biology, plant pathology, insects, mites, and vertebrates, and the understanding of irrigation, the cultivation, and all the tasks involved with the vine canopy. So that's just a little part of most important parts that I think of my job.
What does a normal day look like to you?
A normal day for me in my job is waking up early in the morning, and that's about 5 in the morning, getting up, getting ready, and be ready to leave home by 7 during non-peak busy hours, or by 6 during busy hours. It is a agricultural related field, so you're working outdoors, so in the summertime you need to be out and about earlier in the morning when it's cool, and try to wrap up things when it gets really hot in the afternoon. For me, my day starts off with looking at if I got any calls or texts or emails from my managers in different sites. We do cover vineyards from Lake County, all of Sonoma, and one vineyard in Napa County. So my regions go from really hot areas in northern Sonoma, in the Cloverdale area, and Lake County, to the coolest growing regions in the Carneros area in West Sonoma, and in the Napa Carneros area. So besides answering any questions that managers might have, is to get some of my work done from the previous day, look at what tasks there needs to be done at different locations. We do have an ongoing redevelopment of vineyards, due to diseases or old age of some vineyards, and also different varieties. Mostly now we are concentrating on growing Cabernet Sauvignon grapes, and also trying out new clones and new rootstocks due to the fact that insects, nematodes in the soil, and to be able to work with newer rootstocks that are resistant to some of these soil-borne insects and pathogens, and also to be compatible to newer clones of grape varieties.
How is science and chemistry incorporated into your job?
Into my job, right here we look at the leaves and the way that the canopy is arranged out here in this vineyard. Everything is tucked in. We want maximum exposure to the leaves on both sides during the whole day, so row orientation is very important. Usually we're off 10 degrees off north, the rows going from north to south, and that's so we could capture not direct sunlight on the grapes, but that the sun gets evenly distributed during the day. But the importance of the canopy here is to have the sun hit all these leaves here, which are important because photosynthesis is happening right here. Right now what's happening out in the vineyard is the grape clusters are actually going through bloom, and each berry is a flower, and right now the flower caps are falling off, and the anthers are all three of them are sticking out. The pistils right there in the middle, and all it needs is wind for the pollen to fall on it, and if everything goes well and it gets fertilized, that flower will become a great berry.
What other variables are important in order for the grapes to have maximum production?
Other variables that are important is actually the soil, and the soil is very important. To get the highest quality, we will need soil that is well drained. Like here, that we're close to a creek, and it's alluvial soil, so it drains very well. And also, like here, we could see we've added some compost to this to help to get some organic matter in the soil, and to also hold some of the moisture in here, and to help us with weed suppression. And here we have the drip hose that we use to precisely irrigate the vines, with having the drip emitters right close to the root zone, and that way we could be efficient and not waste too much water by having it right next to the roots. And we also use the drip system to add fertilizers to the vines when needed. Mostly they are great users of potassium, that we need potassium to be added almost every year. Nitrogen, not as much, only in isolated areas, but potassium is the most used, and then some phosphorus in some areas. But yeah, soil science is very important to the production of grapevines, and then also the water.
What determines what you put in the soil?
What determines what we put in the soil, it all depends of the soil horizon, the structure and texture of the soil. Right there you can see the structure of the top darker color there is our topsoil. Then you got a B horizon, which is the next different soil that you see there, and then a third horizon down here that's all gravel actually. So like here in Knights Valley, in this vineyard here, at this part where we're at right now, we need a rootstock that is resistant to stress. And then in other areas where there's more of a loam soil and there's more clay, we need rootstocks that could take more of the wet soils, and also less vigorous. Where here we need more of a vigorous rootstock to be able to produce the crop that is needed to be productive and be economical. And there's different rootstocks that we use for different sites, different vineyards in different climates, microclimates, like I mentioned earlier, from our hot Cloverdale to our more moderate in Kenwood to more cooler climates like in the Carneros or West County. So we have to take soil samples and get results from that, and then match rootstocks to the soils so we could have the optimum vines that are needed for each site.